Hello all, let's start part 2 of your lecture on section 2.3. Still we are dealing with inequalities, but in this video I will cover absolute value inequalities, or in your book in example 4 they name it solving inequalities containing absolute values, correct? Before we start solving absolute value inequalities and give you easy method to deal with, let me put a theorem here for you about these absolute values, correct? We have a theorem here. If I have a number A and it's greater than 0, it means your A is a positive number, then you can write the absolute value of a number U. If I write it's less than A, it's only possible, let me write this way, if and only if that your U should be less than A and greater than negative A, correct? And in part 2, if I have absolute value of U greater than A, if and only if it's happening if U is less than negative A or U is greater than A. What all this theorem talk with you in a very simple language, it explains to you if when you are dealing with the absolute value inequalities, if you have the less than sign or less than equal sign, always you are looking for intersection of the solution sets. The intersection, which is this sign, the kind of U in opposite way, we call it intersection. You look in your answer for intersection. And if the problem is given as a greater than a number, always you look for the union. It means your graph will have two parts, correct? You have to look for the union of them. In an example, I'll explain it in 1 or 2, 3 examples. I'll explain it very well to you how to use intersection and how to use a union to solve this absolute value inequalities, correct? Let's start with the first example. If they have one, they have a very easy one in your book. Absolute example number 1. I'll start with this. Absolute value of x minus 3 less than 1. Okay, few things, few notes. Whenever you are dealing or whenever you want to solve an absolute value inequality, you have to solve it twice because we explained before the absolute value of x is equal to negative x and also positive x. We explained this before because the absolute value of negative x is also x and the absolute value of x is also x, correct? It means I explained to you when we were dealing with equations, use the plus minus sign on the right side, correct? Now, there are two methods to deal with absolute value, two methods of solving with absolute value inequalities. Method 1, you are writing two separate inequalities, you are solving them separately and graph it at the end and write your final answer like this. Be careful, I'm explaining something here, watch it. Remove the absolute value sign. It means write x minus 3. use the positive side of the number, but here you're using less than positive 1. This will be one of your inequalities. The other one, x minus 3, but for this one use a greater sign and use the negative side, negative 1, and solve both of them. That's the trick if you use this method. I don't like this method. Some students, they like it. I like the method of compound inequalities. Use it that way. That's much easier, and you do not do any mistake on that one. But let me explain first this one. Now solve both. Add 3 here, add 3 here. Here you end up with x less than 4. Here add 3, x greater than 2. Now you're graphing or you're marking both answers on the same number line. Here you have negative infinity, here you have positive infinity. Your points are 2 and the other one is 4, correct? Graph both of them at the same time. X less than 4, of course, parentheses, moving to the left. X greater than 2, parentheses, moving to the right. Where is the solution for this absolute value inequality? I told you, when you are dealing with absolute value of u less than a, always look for the intersection. Intersection means where these two graphs overlaps. That's your answer, final answer. It means parentheses 2, 4, parentheses is your final answer. Correct? This is method 1. How to deal with the easiest way? The method 2 is actually easier. Less confusion. Look, we have absolute value of x minus 3 less than 1. In method 2, what you do, remove the absolute value x minus 3. Copy this sign of absolute value in both sides like this. Whatever the way is, copy it that way, but put it in both sides. On the right side, use positive number. On the left side, use negative number. You already know how to deal with compound inequalities, correct? Add 3 to all sides. X less than 4, greater than 2. You see, the answer is the same. The number line will be the same, totally the same. Look at here. The answer is the same. The number line will be the same. But this way is much easier to solve. Correct? Let me show you another example. Absolute value of, let's say, 3x plus 5 less than equal 20. For this one, I'll use method 2. Try to use method 2. That's the easiest way. Remove the absolute value, 3x plus 5. Here you have plus minus sign. Copy the sign of or the symbol of absolute value in two sides of this expression like this. Now here positive 20, here negative 20. Subtract 5 from all sides. Like this. These two cancels out. 3x less than equal 15, greater equal negative 25. Divide all sides by 3, then x less than equal 5, greater equal than negative 25 over 3. Number line, here is your 5, here is your negative 25 over 3, correct? Read this part first. X less than equal 5, less than equal 5, bracket, moving to where? To the left, to negative infinity. Now read this part. X greater equal negative 25 over 3, bracket, moving to the right, to where? To infinity. Overlap or intersection, this part that I'm shading. Final answer, bracket, negative 25 over 3, comma, 5, bracket, final answer. That's the solution set. Example number 3. Absolute value of x plus 6 greater than, let's say, 10. Remove the absolute value sign, x plus 6. Here you have plus minus sign, correct? Copy the symbol like this. You see, greater than positive 10, less than negative 10. Now subtract 6 from all sides. X greater than 4. Here less than negative 16. Let's graph it on the number line. Here is your 4. Mark here as a negative 16. Graph the first one. X greater than 4. I'm reading this part, right? X greater than 4. It means parentheses moving to the right to infinity. Graph the second part. X less than negative 16. Less than negative 16 is 16 opening to the left, going to where? To negative infinity. Now, what is final answer? Copy this part. That's your solution set. Here is your x. And also here is your x. The first x is negative infinity, comma, negative 16. And this part, your answer is 4, comma, infinity. Now, you have to find or join these two answers together. What you do, you use the union sign here, correct? This solution sets plus this solution sets, all is the answer for this absolute value inequality, correct? Look, I told you when you have absolute in the theorem at the first, I told you if you have absolute value of u greater than a, it can happen only and only if absolute value when u is less than negative a and u is greater than a. You see it here? You see the theorem here? How we did it? Correct? Let me do another example. In your book, they put only really the easy ones for you because they know it's a kind of, again, I'm telling you it's a review, but you can see different types of these absolute values, and it shouldn't be difficult for you to deal with, correct? Let's see this one. For example, another example, 2 absolute value of x minus 3 let's say greater than uh, hmm, 19. Or let's say not 19. 19 is not a good number. You will end up with fractions. You will get a lot of trouble. Let's say uh, 20. You see a number outside of absolute value? If you focus on your lectures, when I explain to you how to solve an absolute value equation, I told you, first remove the numbers around the absolute value, then remove the absolute value sign. It means first divide by 2 both sides, like this. Keep the absolute value sign, x minus 3 greater equal 10. Now remove the absolute value sign and solve. X minus 3, copy the symbol, greater equal, less than equal, on this side 10, on this side negative 10. Now add 3 to all sides. These two cancels out. X greater equal 13, less than equal negative 7. Graph. Here is your 13, mark one point as a 13 and another point as a negative 7. X greater equal 13, bracket, moving to infinity. X less than equal 7, bracket, moving to negative infinity. Final answer, negative infinity, comma, negative 7, bracket, here bracket 13, comma, infinity. Join these two answers with each other, make a union, put the u in between. Correct? This is what we call absolute value inequalities. Correct? There is nothing more about section 2.3. This was the last part of section 2.3 that I covered for you. I'll stop the lecture here and see you all in section 2.4.